Hi everyone. In this video we are gonna continue where we left off last time, and we are going to be doing like a UV unwrap for this jar over here, and I'm also gonna add one more bevel on this line over here because as you can see it's super sharp and I don't really like it. I forgot to add it last time. And I'm also gonna be creating a different texture for this part because I don't really like how this one looks. So let's go. I am going to go into edit mode over here. It's already selected, but let me redo it. We are going over here and we are gonna go in bevel edges, and I'm only gonna have like a very small bevel, just this, so that it's not so sharp. Now for the UV unwrapping, I'm gonna select the jar and we're gonna get this edge over here and see this edge over here. So right now I'm in the front. I'm also gonna get this one, and then we're gonna go in the back side. I'm gonna like try to get the middle over here. So you can see it's going all the way through. We're gonna deselect some edges. For instance, this one, and then this one. Let me see something. Yeah, let's get this. So I'm doing this in a very unorthodox way because I'm gonna need this part here to be laid out flat. So I'm gonna also select this one over here, but normally like it's not a good idea. But it's not for a game engine, so I'm gonna just do as many cheats as possible. And we don't really care about these parts here, but normally like if you unwrap this and it's for a game engine, from what I remember, like the seams have to be in the least noticeable way by the player, so that when like the UV textures lay on top of the UV maps, for instance in Substance Painter, where this part is gonna be like the cut, let's say, that is not gonna be noticeable. This is why I'm also selecting it in the back, but because I'm staying inside Blender, it doesn't really matter right now. I'm sure there's a much better way to unfold this, but this is gonna get the job done, so let's go. Sorry about that. Let's go to UV, mark seams, and then I'm gonna go to faces, select all, and UV unwrap. And as you can see, this part here now is laying out flat, which is what I was trying to do. Like as much as possible, it could have been a little bit more, but whatever. And this one is a circle. Like this is super wrong, but for the purpose I'm doing it, I don't really care. Could have also like skipped this line here and just have this as a complete like round object. Let's see actually how that looks. Let's say that I didn't get this one. This one. And this one, and then we go to Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty similar. Anyways, we're only using this part. So what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna do this double. Let's call this UV. Oops, sorry about that. UV maps. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna export the UV layout. Now you won't be able to see what I'm doing on my screen anymore, but basically it's gonna give you the pop-up window with the save things. And just maybe name it UV layout maps. And now we are gonna go in different software. I'm gonna be using Affinity Designer, but you can also use Photoshop or Illustrator or whatever like you prefer. So now what we're gonna do is this is the same one, but what I did is I made a 2048 artboard over here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw this inside Affinity and center it. I'm also gonna log it so that we don't have any issues. And I've also created like a label. Let me find that one. And I'm gonna copy this inside here. And oh, I think I pulled in the wrong UV sets. Sorry about that one. Did I? I had another one in my downloads. Ah, no. Okay, so yeah. So I'm gonna scale this down. So what I do is like I go into Blender and I select the faces and I check. Let me hide this. I check like from which side it's gonna be facing. So most probably now it's gonna be this way. I think this is about enough. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to add another square here and turn it to black. Let's hide this, and I need to recolor everything white because this is what we're going to be using as a label. And background here should be black, but even if you do this white and this black, you can just invert the colors in Blender later on. Anyways, I'm gonna export this as the UV texture maps. And then I'm gonna go back in here. Let's just test it. I'm gonna click Control T. It's purple because there's nothing on right now. And I'm gonna select them. As you can see, it's okay. Don't worry about the black thing because we're gonna like fix it now with the colors. So, oh, I'm sorry, it wasn't showing. Okay, so let's just redo this one more time. Control T, and I'm getting the maps. So here is the logo. supposedly. And now I am gonna unplug this, and we are gonna like create a different texture that looks slightly better than this, because I really don't like how that one looks with the basic shader. So we're gonna add a light pass. Alright, let's keep this one scattered. I'm also gonna remove this one. Keep those ones there. I'm gonna zoom in and try to show you guys what I'm doing. So we're gonna add a light path. We are gonna add a transparent BSDF, and we are gonna add a glass BSDF. Let me get the color codes here. So I don't want to like mess around with the colors here. This is the hex code if you want to see it. E3FDFF. And we're also going to add a mix shader. So I'm going to collect the shadow ray over here. Let's see what we're doing. Sorry about that. So let's bring up the roughness a bit. Again, this is too bluish for my taste, so we're gonna add a couple more things to make this look closer to white, because right now it's too blue. So let's duplicate this one, Shift D. As you see, it's like completely dark here now. And I'm also gonna get this one, but I'm gonna use it here. And I'm gonna turn this back to white, but as you can see, we still have like the reference here in 264. There's like a very slight tint of the aqua color around here, as you can see. But if it is like that, it's like way too blue. It doesn't look nice, I think. So let me do that part. Okay. And then we're gonna duplicate this one once more. I'm also gonna add another pencil and add it here. And this is where this must come into play. Boom. And we're also gonna add a volume absorption. Just turn up the density a bit. Makes it look a bit more, I don't know, blurry. You could say like this part is not necessary. Not sure how much it drains the PC, as you can see over here. This black thing around. That looks slightly nicer, I believe. Well, the difference is not much noticeable. Anyways, so what's happening over here is if I turn this around, as you can see, the label changes color. So basically this one defines the color of the logo. And I believe this is it for now. So as we move on the next videos, I'm gonna start covering building out the environment with basic shapes like cylinders. Actually, mostly everything is built out of cylinders in that scene, and it's very basic. So, and then we're gonna move on to animating the creams along the paths. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.